Hey guys, RIOTSHIELDPANIC here. I'm doing some search and destroy classes, for, those people who want to know how to play search with the Riot Shield really well. Keep in mind that these can be varied, these can change, you can do whatever you want to them. These are just kind of like starting points. These are what I personally use. I do really well with these actually. I get consistently good scores, and they're just a good jumping off point. Anyway, let's get into it. Here we have Sleight of Hand, Cold-Blooded Ninja with Akimbo Magnums and a throwing knife. This is a good class, like a good plain class to start out with. You can run around with the Riot Shield and switch out when someone's reloading and whatnot. You can use the throwing knife also, and Akimbo Magnums are pretty powerful weapons. They unlock at fairly low levels and are easy to use. So I'd recommend that for a starting off point. If you're more of a one-man army type person, you might enjoy the Marathon, Cold-Blooded Ninja, Spas 12 Extended Mags combination. Yeah, it's a really good class for just kind of rushing into enemy spawns, even if they have a UAV. And you can just kind of tear shit up, do whatever you want. It's a very easy class to use. It works in other game modes too, which is a good thing. It's not exactly the best search class, because it's not very viable. You can only kill people from close quarters, but it does outclass the other shotguns in range. Next up, we have Sleight of Hand, Stopping Power Ninja, M1014 Extended Mags with a Semtex, and this is more of a defensive shotgun class for those of you who don't feel like, running into enemy spawns, or if you have teammates who do that for you, or if the enemy team is just expecting you already. I don't know, it's good for a lot of situations, really good close quarters class, good for dealing with multiple enemies, and it's fairly easy to use. The only bad thing about it is that the M1014 unlocks the higher level, therefore you won't be able to use it very early in your prestige. Next is Marathon Lightweight Ninja Striker Grip. This is a good class to use at the lower levels of your prestige. The grip, just because the extended mags don't really do much, and it's pretty much just a substitute for the Spas 12 rushing class. I mean, you can't really use this effectively in later rounds of search when the enemy team may have a UAV or whatnot, but it's still a very good class, very fun to use. I enjoy myself while using this class. Next up is Marathon Lightweight Commando USP Tac Knife with a throwing knife. It's a very straightforward class, just go around knifing people and switch whenever someone's reloading while they're shooting at your Riot Shield, whatever. It's pretty easy to use, pretty low level to get the Tac Knife. You'll get it pretty fast with the USP, get it pretty fast with any gun, in fact. It doesn't take that long to get, but yeah, it's a pretty fun class to use. This is the class that I'd like to call Cannon Arms. It is Marathon, Stopping Power, Steady Aim with Akimbo Deagles and a throwing knife. It is pretty much all about power with this class. Shooting is fairly essential. You're pretty much going to center your gameplay around two-shotting people with your Deagles. You can use Cold-Blooded, I personally would, but I feel like Stopping Power is good to ensure that you get the kill off quickly and don't screw up an easy win. I call this my mini Vector class. I would not suggest rushing with it though. It is a very defensive class because of the small clip size on TMP, even with extended mags. You're going to be using Sleight of Hand, Stopping Power, and Ninja, and a Claymore, possibly to cover your back, possibly to guard a certain place. But this is a fun class to use. Good for really quick kills, and it's honestly one of my favorite classes. I find it very fun to use. But yeah, you can also try and vary it up with rushing if you want. I don't know how far you're going to get with that. In fact, you might want to put Scavenger on this just because you might run out of ammo, but I personally would use Sleight of Hand. Next up is the PP2000. Honestly, one of the most successful classes I've had so far. It is really good. PP2000 Extended Mag, Sleight of Hand, Stopping Power Ninja, and Claymore. It is essentially the same as the TMP, the only difference is the larger clip size and the slower fire rate, I think. I'm not sure on that one, don't quote me. Anyway, this is a very defensive class also. It is good for long-range shooting, and, good for defending. I would not suggest rushing with this class. This is where search gets fun. This is a class with Sleight of Hand, Stopping Power Ninja, M93 Raffica, and a red dot sight. Claymore too, you can change that, whatever. But this class is very good for countering spawn snipers and snipers in general because you can outshoot them from a distance and you will probably more than likely piss them off, which is always funny when playing search. I caused a guy to rage quit because I spawn sniped him 4 times with a Raffica in a row and he did not like that very much. Anyway, this is a really good class to use if you're, you know, looking for easy, quick kills in the beginning of the match, or round. This is possibly the best rushing class you can have with the Riot Shield. It is Marathon Lightweight Steady Aim, M93 Raffica, and a Semtex. Akimbo M93 Rafficas, actually, not a single. Anyway, this is the best rushing class, in my opinion, because you can run around pretty damn fast, first of all. Not to mention, you can outshoot snipers, you can shoot from long range, and you have 2 burst guns that are fairly accurate and fairly powerful. So, I mean, it is really easy to get kills with this. It also works in other game modes, and it is just a very fun class to use.